thanks for tuning in today. If you are an active adult or a runner over 40 and you are struggling with constant soreness, pain that's not going away, tight hips, or just feeling like your body's not moving the way it should, the problem actually might not be weakness. It might be that you're not able to access what your body is trying to do because you lack mobility and you lack the strength within that mobility. My name is Dr. 𝗠cie𝗃𝗲𝗺𝗏. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and a corrective exercise performance coach. And I use corrective exercises to fix imbalances. And when your body is not in symmetry or when it's out of balance, meaning you have tight joints somewhere, you have weakness somewhere, and it's different from one side to the other, or how your body's balanced between the front muscles and the back muscles, those issues can come into play just with everyday movements. So I want to take you through 3 movements, also known as like primal based movements, called the deep mobility squat, the crawl, hover, hold, and a floor to stand movement that actually has a part A type option or a part B type option, depending on your preference and what your body prefers. The first one is a deep mobility squat. Now, with any of these movements, I do recommend some type of warm-up beforehand. So that may be just like a little bit of rotations this way, 5 to 10 reps, or some gentle leg swings before you start to do any of these type of movements. So you want to kind of increase your circulation before you exercise, and these 3 exercises are no different. So you kind of want to have, whether you're walking for 3 to 5 minutes before you do these exercises, or whether you do a couple of just quick movements like I just demonstrated. But the first is the deep mobility squat. So with that, kind of think of a sumo squat, but you're going to come deep and you're just going to kind of shift your weight from side to side. Now, the goal on this is to keep your navel drawn into your spine so your core is stable, and also to keep your chest up. And you're just rotating back and forth. You should be able to drop your hands, but if you can't, a modification is just to start here. And this could be actually your warm-up. And so as you start to increase that circulation, you can start to ease down and go in to that deep mobility squat, which is going to open up the hips and take pressure off of the low back. A lot of low back issues are actually because of tight hips. Your hips are supposed to be mobile, your back is supposed to be stable, and hence the stable core. So that's the first exercise, is that deep mobility squat. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about core and isometric stabilization of your joints. This is called the crawl, hover, hold. So you kind of get into this position, and if you need to kind of do a little movements here to prepare the wrists, you can bring your hands back this way to start to get a little bit of a stretch on the wrist. And anytime you're in this all fours position, you want to evenly distribute the weight off of the back part of your hand and closer to your wrist to your fingertips. So make sure you're pushing through all of your fingertips, and then you're going to have your feet in this kind of extended position, and you're just going to push up and take your knees off of the floor. So you're pushing up through your hands. You don't want to be dropping down like that. You want to push up, and you're just holding. Again, keeping that navel to spine, distributing your upper body weight through your fingertips and the entire aspect of your hand, and then you come back down. So doing like 5 of those for 10 seconds creates stability and strength, and you can come out of that. All right, then you can kind of do some wrist rolls. If that really aggravates the wrist, you can go into a fist position. Same thing, push through and come off of the knees so that you can basically roll like a tennis ball under the knee, or definitely slide a piece of paper under your knees. And then you come back down. So that would be a crawl, hover, hold. It's a great isometric exercise, works your core, works to create stability in your shoulder joints as well as your hip and legs. Now the next option or exercise is a floor to stand movement. And honestly, the option A is going to go back into this deep mobility squat and then stand up. So you can kind of go and oscillate between or alternate between this crawl, hover, hold into the deep mobility squat and come up. You do 5 of those. That's like the equivalent of doing a modified burpee. So you're going to get your heart rate up a little bit. You're going to work your strength in your legs. You're also going to work on mobility in your back and in your hips. Now, what's option B? Option B, I'm going to go back down to the deep mobility squat and into the crawl, hover, hold. And then I'm going to come out of that. It's going to be bringing one leg forward. Again, I'm opening up the hips, going into kind of a modified lunge because I'm on my knee, and then coming up and pushing up as if I was doing a lunge to stand. Now, I can come right back down into that, and then, again, get back into that crawl, hover, hold. Bring the other foot forward, open up the hip a little bit, then come up and come back from that modified lunge. So if I want to come up and down off the floor like that, that's another option. Again, you do a few of those, you are strengthening your glutes, you're strengthening your quads. Plus, you're working on hip mobility by coming up and coming down, all with just your body weight. Like that, and then ending in that crawl, hover, hold position. I'll go back into that deep mobility squat and stand up. So there you have it. 3 kind of primal moves that help with hip mobility, help with functional strength, and help just open up the body and give you a little bit of a cardiorespiratory workout too. If you did 3 of these, 5 reps each, 3 sets, probably take you about 10 minutes because you're moving through it pretty quickly. You're going to feel a lot looser because you're releasing the hips, you're taking pressure off the back, you're working your upper body, and it's a very functional movement that doesn't require any weights, and it gets your heart rate up. So I know I've talked previously about 10-minute workouts. These 3 moves are excellent 10-minute workouts, or 10-minute exercises for you to do, and it's functional. Why is function so important? Functional fitness is kind of like the new craze. It's a catch-all phrase, but it's important to do the right type of exercises for functional fitness. These type of exercises are like corrective exercises. They correct hip tightness. They correct low back tightness. They correct joint instability of the shoulders and help you to improve your posture because you're pushing through. So if you like exercises like this, say yes in the comments below. If you want more videos like this, go ahead and say yes in the feed as well. And as always, Facebook, they kind of take these videos off within 30 days, so make sure that you pay attention to my YouTube channel. This video will be uploaded into that, and if you want the direct link, just let me know, DM me, and I'll be happy to send that to you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.